Harry's Rapid Lube, Jimmy's Premier Buildings, Konechny Insurance, Lane, Arkansas, Lennox Industries, Max Prairie Wings, Petrus Auto Group, Pearson Company, Prairie Implement Company, Producers Rice Mill, Progressive Tractor and Implement, Ritter Communications, River Valley Tractor, Southern Bancorp, Stedman's Ace Hardware, Stuttgart Rental Properties, Stuttgart Tire Service, Techstream High-Speed Internet, The Main Hub, Urgent Care of Stuttgart, and U.S. Irrigation Distributors. Now let's go to the stadium and join the voice of Stuttgart Ricebird football on the EAB Sports Network, Lynn Keller.
Well, on this week 10 of the high school football season, we welcome you to Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas for senior night as we conclude a regular season. Hi, everyone. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside my good friend and broadcast partner, Brent Whitman. And, Brent, we say it every year. Can't believe, here we go. This is week 10. Regular season comes to an end tonight.
Yeah, that's right. It's already here, and it feels like summer still outside. Warm weather here tonight. Yeah, it's already game number 10, but it's been a good season, and it's still got just a few more games left in it.
Well, we hope it's got a few more. Yep. Could have up to 5 more games in it after tonight. Right. So we'll see how that works out. And, of course, we'll talk about that as time goes on. But right now at Ned Mosley Stadium, you'll notice that this is, even though that daylight savings time ends tomorrow, it's Ricebird savings time tonight because we had to move everything back in an effort to avoid possibly some stormy weather that's going to be moving through the state a little bit later this evening. So the Ricebirds, as well as just about every other team in the state, has made some sort of change, and that's the reason that we are on an hour early here tonight. So if you've got a friend that enjoys listening to Ricebird football and maybe they're not on social media, you might pick up the phone, give them a call, and tell them, hey, the Ricebirds are going to be playing an hour early tonight. I know that we had it all over social media. It was on the radio station as well, but some folks just might have missed it, and we certainly don't want any of our loyal listeners to miss Ricebird football. And we got a good one coming up tonight as the Ricebirds put a cap on the conference season. They'll be taking on the Bald Knob Bulldogs, and both of these teams have already made it to the playoffs. The Ricebirds have clinched the number 2 seed. We already knew who we're going to play, Brent.
Yes, we do, Lynn. We are going to play the Crossit Eagles, the number 5 seed out of the 8 for a conference, and they had to beat Monticello last night just to make it in, and they pulled out a last-minute win to ensure their spot in the playoffs.
And to make a trip here to Ned Mosley Stadium next Friday night. Now, for those of you that are joining us, we have gone online a little bit early on our EAB Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel. So if you're not already got that tuned in, turn it on right now because the senior Ricebird football players are being honored, and you can see that right now again on our EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Ricebird YouTube channel. I've got it on my phone here in the press box with us, so I can see exactly where we are on that, and we've already honored several of them, but boy, we've got a great crop of seniors, Brent.
Yes, we do. Yeah, just a great crew that has amassed a 30-5 record in their 3 years in high school so far, and they're not done. But yeah, 30-5 in 3 years, boy, you just can't get much better than that.
Well, and even maybe a little better than that, Brent, is, and this one is the stat that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
These kids have never lost on this field. Now, I don't want to jinx them for tonight.
Nah, I know. I didn't want to say anything.
Don't want to jinx them for tonight or for next week. Yeah. But these guys, and now that's going all the way back to the 7th grade, they have not lost a game on this field.
Yeah, that is just an unbelievable stat to know that they have never left the field here with a loss. You're going all the way back to 7th grade. What a special group it is, and they have treated us to many, many thrilling wins here. And, on the road as well, but especially here at Mosley Stadium, just unbeatable so far.
Yep, they really have been. And, again, like you said, Brent, hope we've got several more to go here as well. For those of you that are watching, they've made their way to the end of the line. But, Brent, let's go back and let's mention who the seniors are that have already had their recognition in front of the fans here at Ned Mosley Stadium.
All right, just looking down the line here, we have Kendrick Hawkins and his twin brother Cedric Hawkins, Jack Hosman, Xavier Hobbs, Kentavian Daniels, Cameron Harper, Chance Rabenek. Number 25 is Gary Shelton. I believe that's A.J. Higgins. Yeah, number 44. Standing next to him, Aiden Robnett, James Noble, Hunter Smith. We have Matthew Hoskins. We have Ryan Kazar, Demarion Manning, and Blaine Kittler.
There you go, and you got them in before they all scattered.
I did, just barely.
And all of their parents and relatives and so forth joining them out on the field for the presentation. And what a nice deal it is for our seniors. And, you know, it's great to have some of these sort of things back, Brent, because the last few years we hadn't been able to do that.
Yeah, you're right. With limited fans, just a couple years ago, it was tough to do anything like this. And then, it's senior night for the players, the cheerleaders, and the band as well.
That was the reason that we started, although we had been talking about the live stream, but we actually moved it up a little bit in our plans at East Arkansas Broadcasters to try to cover the games because of the limits of allowing fans in. And then, of course, things like this that you just saw, none of that existed, with the player recognitions and so forth out on the field. So it is great to have that back, and what a great night it is to honor a great group of seniors. Also want to mention fireworks that went off here as well, and tonight the fireworks are sponsored by Stuart and Leanne Hoskin family, and for those of you at the stadium, you'll be able to see and hear those after all the scores, of course, when the Ricebirds come out of the run through, and we appreciate Stuart and Leanne Hoskin family for sponsoring the fireworks tonight. Got Ray Gilbert down there along with the fire department in case he sets the field on fire.
That's
so
right.
we're going to be in good shape. It's going to be a festive night here as we get tonight's ball game in ahead of a line of weather that's coming through the state a little bit later this evening. Again, want to remind everyone we're kicking off at 6 o'clock tonight instead of 7. So, again, if you've got a friend that enjoys listening to Ricebird football and they're not on social media, which was where it was really saturated the last 2 days about the start time, then give them a call and let them know that Ricebirds are on, and they can turn it on right now as they'll be able to hear the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. Brent and I are going to take a look at tonight's game against the Ball Knob Bulldogs. We'll also take a look at the 2-4A conference, the games that have been played, the games that will be played tonight, and we'll also take a look back at last week's big win over the Lone Oak Jackrabbits. We'll get started on the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show in 3 minutes.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
The French team in Stuttgart is excited to announce they are now certified to host Kimberbell events, and you'll want to mark your calendar for the first 2-day machine embroidery event on November 30th and December 1st. At this Kimberbell event, you'll make a beautiful Christmas display with 12-dimensional holiday projects. In addition to a specially packaged kit from Kimberbell, lunches and snacks are also included in the event fee. Seating is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling 870-673-8156. Create holiday wonder November 30th and December 1st at the French team. 2015 South Berkeley in Stuttgart.
The quality of Pearson Company in Stuttgart has been established across the Grand Prairie for over 30 years. Pearson Company specializes in construction, repair, and maintenance of steel buildings and will custom design your building to your specifications. Our steel buildings are known for their agricultural, industrial, commercial, and recreational uses. When you're planning a new building of any kind, let Pearson Company give you more building for your money. Mickey says when you know who we are, you won't build any other way.
Security, safety, what are they worth to you, and most importantly, your family? Konechny Insurance Services can help you with your life, health, and Medicare needs. I'm Kelsey Konechny, and we are ready to help you talk insurance. We are here to answer and assist you with all your insurance questions and needs. Call Konechny Insurance Services 673-9249 or stop by our offices at 102 West 7th Street in Stuttgart. Konechny Insurance Services, family owned and operated.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
At River Valley Tractor, right now you can take home a Kubota L2501 DT tractor with a Kubota LA 526 FL loader, a Land Pride 5-foot rotary cutter, a 5-foot box blade, and an 18-foot trailer for $26,995. We're lucky to call the Natural State our backyard. With 7 River Valley Tractor locations, it means they're right in your backyard too. Now through December 31st, 2022. Visit rivervalleytractor.com or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart for the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. And right now they have moved up the national anthem and the invocation, so we're going to step away again real quick, and we'll be back in 4 minutes with the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show.
Attention former Classic Cleaners customers. Atlantis Coin Laundry in Stuttgart and Southern Starch of Dumas have partnered to provide dry cleaning service to the Stuttgart area. Now you can drop off dry cleaning at Atlantis at 14th and Main in Stuttgart by noon Wednesday and pick up the following Thursday. Turnaround is 1 week. Go to southernstarch.com to see pricing and to set up a dry cleaning charge account. Atlantis will continue their wash, dry, and fold service Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn more about dry cleaning services by visiting southernstarch.com.
Are you tired of unreliable internet service? Are you constantly running over your data plan? You can't get service where you live? With TechStream high-speed internet, you'll get consistent high speeds and low latency that doesn't stop at city limits. TechStream high-speed internet is perfect for homes, small and large businesses, farmers, and hunting clubs. Stream every football game this fall with no interruptions. Servicing Arkansas, Lone Oak, Prairie, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties. TechStream is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet solution. Call toll-free at 866-268-0101 or visit TechStream.net.
You're invited to the Get Happy Holiday Party, November 5th through November 12th at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop in downtown Stuttgart. Come in the week of the party to receive a limited edition holiday attachment with the purchase of a base. Plus, enjoy a 20% discount on your entire Happy Everything purchase. The Get Happy Holiday Party is November 5th through 12th at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop at 218 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. To shop the party by phone, call, text, or FaceTime us at 870-659-0777.
Like you, Stedman's Ace Hardware is passionate about their community. They support the Lions Club, Fight Like a Kid, and numerous other organizations, including youth, high school, and adult sports programs. Whether helping their neighbors or helping their customers, Stedman's Ace Hardware truly is the helpful place. Shop Weber Grills, Blackstone Griddles, Traeger Pellet Grills and Pellets, and more, and get all the help you need at Stedman's Ace Hardware, 110 South College in downtown Stuttgart. Stedman's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
$20 an hour. You heard that right. Lennox Industries' state-of-the-art air-conditioned factory in Stuttgart, Arkansas is now offering $20 an hour starting pay, in addition to no mandatory weekend work, making it a great place to start a new and exciting career. We invite you to become a member of the strongest commercial HVAC manufacturing facility in the world. If you have manufacturing experience, a strong work record with good attendance, and are looking for a place to establish a long-term career where you can grow, then Lennox Industries in Stuttgart wants you. Lennox offers the best combination of pay and overall benefits package in the industry and has been operating in Stuttgart since 1974. If you are ready to kickstart your career and join an industry-leading company in HVAC, then visit linuxinternational.com/careers or text MyCoolJobs to 97211.
Flu shots are available now at Urgent Care of Stuttgart for ages 6 months and up. No appointment is necessary. Simply walk in. Most major insurance providers are accepted, and you can call ahead to 672-0911 to find out if you're covered. Supplies are limited. Get your flu shot today at Urgent Care of Stuttgart. And if you start to experience a sudden onset fever, chills, aches, tiredness, a sore throat, or dry cough, visit Urgent Care for treatment without a wait. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Urgent Care of Stuttgart at 22nd and Park Avenue. Get sick? Get seen today.
Freemeier's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeier's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeier's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeier's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
And we welcome you back to the Freemeier's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, Arkansas, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds are prepared to take on the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Week 10, it's the final week of the regular season. Stuttgart Ricebirds and the Ball Knob Bulldogs both headed to the playoffs next week. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. I want to thank everybody. Sorry for the back-to-back breaks there, but we have a little extended band performance here in our pregame and kind of threw us off just a little bit on that. But what a great way to be thrown off out here, Brent, because we've got the combined junior and senior bands out there here on band night as well as senior night. And the seniors of the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band will be recognized at halftime. A little bit earlier, the senior high football players were recognized. Oh, also the senior high cheerleaders will be recognized at halftime as well. Well, let's rewind it 1 week, Brent, and let's talk a little bit about the Ricebirds' big win last week in Lone Oak. It was a game that had a lot of attention statewide, and it was a big game. It was a battle for the number 2 seed. Stuttgart Ricebirds had a little trouble getting off the bus, it seemed like.
Yes, they did. It was all Lone Oak early and often last week as they came out fired up and got 2 quick touchdowns.
Led 13-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. But then, like Coach Price and I talked about in the pregame show, I just love it in high school when one player will load the entire team and the fan base and everybody on his back and make a play.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it was Chance Rabenek with the pitch back to Cedric Hawkins on the kickoff, and Cedric worked his magic, 85 yards or so there, and picked up that touchdown there. Yeah, you know, and you could kind of feel the energy lift on the Ricebird side then.
Absolutely, and then special teams weren't done for the night either, Brent.
Yeah, that's right. Just a few plays later, Cameron Harper with, I believe, what Coach Price said was his 12th block in his 3-year career. Here, he got a block on the punt and a scoop and score, and then the Ricebirds were right back in the game. And at that point, Lynn, you could kind of feel the wind come out of Lone Oak Sales just a little bit.
I saw the highlights from one of the television stations that had the camera on the sideline when he blocked that kick, and you had a great view of Lone Oak's coach, and you could tell that was a dagger to his heart.
Yeah, because Lone Oak kind of had to feel like they were dominating the game, but the Ricebirds were just right there back in it quickly.
Yeah, they sure were. And Lone Oak didn't go away, of course. They got a field goal. They went back up by 10. But then Cedric Hawkins, 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter, one of them for 46 yards. And then it wasn't just Cedric Hawkins that got into the act. Kendrick got in it as well with a big pick.
Yeah, sure did. Quarterback Braden Allen was under some pressure there, and he just kind of threw up a duck there. And Kendrick was right there on the spot to kind of scoop it up right before it got to the ground, and that was another big turning point in the game.
Well, it was, and with Cedric's 15-yard touchdown after that, Brent, Ricebirds took the lead, first lead of the night, with 3:43 to go in the first half and never relinquished it.
Yeah, they came out strong in the third quarter there, had a nice long time-consuming drive, and got a touchdown, on the board there, and then the defense just played lights out in the second half.
Well, they really did, and a very unfortunate thing where the Lone Oak player stripped Cedric Hawkins. We were just about to go down, score again, and then the ball game would have certainly been over. But Lone Oak, credit them, their player got in there and kept tugging and tugging and tugging, and finally stripped the ball out. Many people thought, oh, well, he was down, he should have blown the whistle, but they didn't.
Right.
And the player did what he was supposed to and got Lone Oak right back in the ball game. But that Ricebird defense that you mentioned, Brent, just played lights out. I was talking a little bit to Coach Price. I said, I always listen to your keys to victory. And last week, one of the things you said was we've got to keep pounding them. And these guys go both ways. You got to pound them on offense, and when you get a chance, you got to pound them on defense. He said, and you'll wear them down. And when you look at your stats from last week's game, Brent, that pretty well shows. Of course, we saw it on the field as well. Their quarterback, Braden Allen, he had the wind knocked out of his sails more than once. He was not near as effective. But Lone Oak, with the big yards in the first half, very few yards in the second half.
222 yards rushing in the first half, and they end the game with 248. So that's 26 yards in the second half. And, only 47 passing yards in the second half, 73 total yards in the second half. They had 317 in the first half, in the game with only 390. So, that Ricebird defense really did what they had to do for the Birds to come up with the win last week.
Well, they did. Of course, we knew Braden Allen was the offense for Lone Oak. Whether he was going to be running or he was going to be throwing, he was going to be the offense. And last year's game, he had 303 of their 402 yards of total offense. This year, Ricebirds did a little bit better job, but still shows how important Braden Allen is to that Lone Oak offense. Had 276 of the 390 yards this year.
Yeah, he's their guy. He makes them go. And the bad thing about it is for the Ricebird is he has one more year. He's just a junior, but
exactly right.
But he's a heck of a player. And I look forward to seeing Lone Oak win a couple games in the playoffs, I think.
You're probably right about that. And, of course, with Harding Academy in there, pretty good chance the 2-4A will make some noise in the playoffs. We'll see how that works out. Another fabulous night for Cedric Hawkins rushing last week as well, Brent.
24 carries, 221 yards. I know that's the second week in a row, I think, over the 200-yard mark, and he's kind of getting stronger and stronger as the season goes along. And he's, as you mentioned, he's the type of guy that, can just put the team on his back, and just carry him along, as far as he can until they kind of wake up sometimes almost,
exactly.
Especially on the road games. It's been tough for Stuttgart, but a great game from him, but then a great game from Sparky Clark as well last week.
And some interesting stats in the passing department.
Yes. Only 4 passes were attempted. 2 of them completed. Deontay Clark completed a 4-yard pass to Jack Hosman. Jack Hosman completed a 10-yard pass to Deontay Clark.
How does that work?
You will never see that again.
No, you will never do it. You sure won't. Ricebirds got it done on the ground, came away with the big 35-32 win over the Lone Oak Jackrabbits and become the number 2 seed out of the 2-4A conference heading into the playoffs. Brent, let's take a look at the Ball Knob Bulldogs, the Ricebirds' opponent for tonight. They're coming into tonight's game with a 3-6 overall record, but 2-3 in conference with a conference that only has 7 teams in it. That's good enough to make the playoffs.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's right. 5 out of the 7 teams will make it, and Ball Knob are already in no matter what happens here tonight.
Looking at their schedule so far, they opened up with a loss at Melbourne, 34-14. Didn't think a whole lot about it at the time, but I tell you what, since then, we found out Melbourne is for real.
Yeah, that's right. Melbourne with the upset win over Lone Oak, and they still haven't lost.
The week 2 for Ball Knob was a home game against Southside Batesville. They lost that 28-0. They were supposed to play in week 3 against Desart, but that one got canceled due to the weather. Although Ball Knob was there, I think they even came out of the tunnel. They were ready to go, but the game got called due to weather. I think there was some lightning in the area. Then they traveled to Barton for the 3rd game of the season. They lost to the Barton Bears, 32-24. They traveled to Magnet Cove and got their first win of the year, 8-3. Sound like a baseball score.
Boy, it does. 8-3 there, and a couple 3-run shots, I think.
Yeah, that's right. They got a big win over Heber Springs at home, 26-21, and really that's what's got them in the playoffs, in my opinion, is that win over Heber.
Yeah, a big win there, and kind of a surprising win over Heber, I thought.
And then they turn around, and of course, they traveled to Harding Academy, lost 41-12. Traveled to Riverview, turned it over 5 times, lost 18-0 to a team they probably should have beat.
Yeah, I think so. I think they should have won that game probably, yeah.
Then they lost at home to Lone Oak 29-0 before last week's thrilling win at home over Cave City 20-14 in overtime. The Ball Knob Bulldogs were 1-9 a year ago, 7th in conference. They were preseason picked 7th again this season, but enter week 10 with a real shot at actually they're in the playoffs, but a shot to actually improve their seeding depending on how the other teams shake down, since 5 teams from this 7-team conference make it. Now, even though they only won 1 game last year, they had 7 wins the year before and won a conference title back in 2016 with an 11-win season. Lonnie Robertson's in his 2nd year at the helm of Ball Knob and is 4-15 going into tonight's game with Stuttgart. He had 4 returning starters back from from last year's squad. One of the starters he had to replace was the quarterback. Not sure who we'll see tonight, Brent. Either senior Reese Moody, 5'10", 175, or junior James Holder, 5'10", 180. Moody did not play last year, but was the backup quarterback as a sophomore and threw a touchdown pass in the only game he started as a 10th grader. He's quick with 4.8 speed. Holder's got a great arm and starts also at linebacker. In the backfield, keep an eye on Seth Hunsicker. The 5'10", 175-pound junior has 4.8 speed and is the strongest Bulldog, according to Coach Robertson. He'll be a force to deal with on defense as well. Interestingly, about Hunsicker, Brent, he qualified for state last year in pole vault.
Wow. Fantastic athlete for sure.
Absolutely.
If you can do that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Senior fullback Cody Gomez is also one to watch on both offense and defense. Coach Robertson says he'll play nonstop on every down until the whistle blows. Receiving, watch for a pair of juniors, Landon Gilmore, 6'1", 180, and Brady Johnson, 5'11", 170. Coach Robertson calls Gilmore his Swiss Army knife for all he does for the team. Johnston moved in from Marion in the offseason, has 4.8 speed. Up front, got to be impressed with senior left tackle Briantley McGilvray. He excels in pass protection and clearing running lanes on offense, and he also plays end on defense. He's a big old boy out there, too. The Dogs have some strong linemen and some skilled players, but not much depth, and still the Dogs are going to be hungry for a win tonight to see if they can improve their playoff seeding going into the playoffs next week. Well, we are getting set here at Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart on senior night and band night. We have got the combined bands of junior and senior high on the field, along with lots of fans and students. And here comes the big paper run-through being lifted. And it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, Brent, because of the wind.
Yeah, that wind is blowing out of the east a little bit, and it's pretty strong tonight out in front of that line of storm. But, hey, they have that flag up.
They do. And let me tell you the logistics to get that thing up, too. You've got cheerleaders on other cheerleaders' shoulders.
And here come the Ricebirds.
As they bust out of the big inflatable tunnel, they bust through the paper run-through following 4 cheerleaders with those heavy flags. The first flag has a big S with Ricebirds in script, then SHS flags following that. Here come the Ricebirds through that long tunnel that stretches all the way across midfield down to the 40-yard line. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds ready to kick it off here tonight, week 10 of the high school football season, final week of the regular season. Want to thank you for listening to the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. Freemeyer's, located on 2nd and Main Street in Stuttgart. Great place to go for the furniture and appliance needs that you may have. Charles Freemeyer and the gang, they take great care of you. Jody Abels and the gang will take great care of you on the service end of it as well. You won't be disappointed. Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus, proud sponsor of the Stuttgart Ricebird pregame show. Well, the Stuttgart Ricebirds are going to receive. Brent, did you get our captains for tonight's game?
Well,
for the Ricebirds, it was all the seniors.
Yes, it was. And for Ball Knob, I don't have some of them listed on my roster, but I did.
That's right. Well, the Stuttgart Ricebirds will receive the opening kick. They'll be moving from the left to the right. They'll be going into a pretty stiff southeast breeze here. The wind blowing from the south-southeast. And Ball Knob will be kicking with the breeze at their back. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you joining us for Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM, also on the Country 973 app. And don't forget the EAB Sports Network, Stuttgart Ricebird YouTube channel. Chris Armstrong, Jonathan Watson with our live stream. And here's the kick from Ball Knob. It's going to be high. It's going to be fielded at the 29, coming across the 30, the 40, the 45, and out to midfield. Nice return by the Ricebirds. Number 4, Deontay Clark.
Yeah, Deontay Clark with a solid return there on a nice high short kick by the Ball Knob kicker. And the Ricebirds will take over exactly at midfield for their first possession tonight.
Here come the Ricebirds. Ball's going to be on the near hash mark as they move from the left to the right. Your Stuttgart Ricebirds in all maroon. Maroon jerseys and pants, maroon helmets. Deontay Clark takes, hands off. Hawkins running room, 45, cuts outside. He's outside the numbers at the 30 and going to be finally pushed out of bounds close to the 20-yard line. Let's see where he stepped out. They say the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ricebirds, already deep in Bulldog territory.
27 yards for Cedric on first down. They had a nice hole opened up right up the middle, and then he broke it outside, and they just had the angle on him and were able to force him out of bounds at the 23.
Ball's now on the far hash mark. Empty backfield. Deontay Clark at quarterback. Wide outs. 2 of them to the right, 1 of them to the left. Takes a snap. Clark's just going to keep it straight up the middle. He's down to the 10 and inside. It's going to bring up a first down and goal to go for the Ricebirds from the Ball Knob 8.
Well, another nice hole opened up right up the middle, and Clark almost made it into the end zone, but just tripped up at the 8, and the Ricebirds are knocking on the door early here, 2 plays in.
In the Ball Knob red zone, here come the Stuttgart Ricebirds. 2 wide outs to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Clark takes a snap. He keeps himself just right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds, 8 yards, and with 11:17 to go in the first quarter, the Ricebirds strike first.
3 plays. 27 yards from Hawkins, and then 15 and 8 as Clark takes it into the end zone, Lynn. And this is kind of the reverse of the start last week. It was Lone Oak that just ran it right down the field. But tonight, the Ricebirds take it in 3 plays, and they have a 6-0 lead with Jack Hosman on for the PAT.
Jack High, and there's a whistle before the snap.
I think somebody moved up front. Offsides on Ball Knob is the indication.
Holding on the extra point is number 21, Elliott Boyd.
I think the Ricebirds are not even
They're just going to decline it.
Yep.
And everybody stays right where they were, awaiting the snap. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's on its way to Lennox. It is good, and the Stuttgart Ricebirds quickly out to a 7-0 lead over the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Brothers Realty is selling Stuttgart, and they're ready to help you with all your real estate needs. Looking to upgrade or downsize? Maybe you're looking to build a home or open a business in Stuttgart. Brothers Realty has the best listings in town for a reason. They deliver results. Whether you're in the market for new property or have a property to list, call Sandra Brothers or Liz Ponder at Brothers Realty, 870-659-4218. Visit brothers-realty.com or follow Brothers Realty on Facebook and Instagram.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds have drawn first blood in this final conference game of the season. They lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 7-0. Ricebird football powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Petrus with 2 locations, 19th and Main Street for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, and out across from Max Prairie Wings for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Petrus, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. And Jack Hossman kicks off for the Ricebirds, and it's going to sail straight to number 10, and that is Bon Hickman. And Bond fielded it and then decided he didn't want any part of that special team that was bearing down on him. So he takes it down at the 32-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will have it for their first possession of the night, trailing Stuttgart 7-0. Ball Knob with white jerseys, white helmets, royal blue pants. Quarterbacks back to pass, looking. Now he tucks it, and he's looking for some room on the right side. He's got it, and he's going to get outside the numbers, and he's going to take it out after a 9-yard gain. Nice gain on first down. Quarterback and the Ricebirds secondary had everybody covered up, but the quarterback uses his feet, moves it out across the 40 to the 41. 2nd and 1 coming up for the Dogs.
Yeah, that was James Holder, number 9, the quarterback for the Bulldogs tonight.
2 wide outs to the left, which is the wide side of the field. 1 back standing to the right of the quarterback, a slot on the left. Quarterback takes a snap, rolling to his left, looking, firing, over, throws an intended receiver. Number 15, it looked like he was open, Brent, Garrett Swindle, but ball had a little bit too much on him, falls incomplete, so very quickly it's going to be 3rd down and 1 from the 41 of Ball Knob.
Yes, he was open there, yeah, but the pass just sailed a little bit. I don't know if the wind got into it or what, but just a little high.
And that's a good point, Brent, because the wind was right at the back of the ball. Here we go on 3rd down and 1. Ball Knob again from the far hash mark. 2 wide outs to the right. Quarterback's just going to keep it right into the line, and he's going to move it forward. Enough for a first down out to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Ball Knob.
Yeah, he's going to have almost 3 yards there straight ahead, and that was enough for the first down. 10:50 left. We're just getting started here.
Coach Robertson's Ball Knob Bulldogs. He sends 3 to the left, which is the wide side of the field. Quarterback's in shotgun formation, getting some pressure. Now looks, fires, and a little contact out there. No whistle.
Yeah,
now we've got a flag coming in, and that probably is deserved as well. Intended receiver was number 14, Connor Posey. And there was a little contact between him and Xavier Hobbs.
Yeah.
And thought maybe the Ricebirds were going to get away with it, but not the case. It is going to be pass interference, and that's going to move the ball into Ricebird territory for the Ball Knob Bulldogs and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, Ball Knob Bulldogs come out trying to air it out tonight. I really didn't expect that out of them, but 3 out of their first 4 plays, they tried to put it in the air.
Here come the Bulldogs from the Ricebird 41-yard line. Stuttgart leads 7-0 early. 10:57 to go here. This is going to be a handoff into the line and going to be a gain across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line, and then runs into a brick wall of Ricebirds.
Yeah, several Ricebirds there as Landon Gilmore tries to take it right up the middle. He's only going to have 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Here come the Bulldogs to the line. 2 wide outs to the left, which is the wide side of the field. Ball's on the far hash mark as the Dogs are moving from the right to the left. Quarterback, low snap back to him. He's got pressure, and they got a hold of him, and they're going to sack him all the way back at the 49-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 8 on the sack. Well, they're going to be generous and mark it at the 48-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 7. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and let's see, 17.
Yeah, 16 or 17. He had a fantastic job by Cade coach that time to get a hold of the quarterback's jersey and not let go.
Back to pass, quarterback looking. He's going to be hitting the balls loose. Let's see. I think they're going to call it a fumble, and it is. They're recovered by the Ricebirds.
Yeah, that's number 29, Nikhil Bradley on the return there. Yeah, as Ron Kazire, I believe, Lynn got in there from his linebacker spot and hit the quarterback on his blind side and forced that fumble. So the Ricebirds pick up the first turnover of the night.
9:30 to go, opening quarter. Stuttgart with a 7-0 lead. Ricebirds come to the line. 1st down and 10. They're going to send 3 wide outs to the left, which is the widest side of the field. Going to do a little lateral pass back to Cedric Hawkins, and it goes out of bounds, and this is going to be a huge loss for the Ricebirds. That was a backward pass. I think he was supposed to bounce it to Cedric, but it bounced past him, and it's going to be a loss all the way back to the Ricebird 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was going to be that play where you get the one hop out there to Cedric, and then he takes it and airs it out deep down the field, but boy, he did not get a good hop at all that time, and it just scooted out of bounds.
The ball's still on the 43-yard line. It's just on the other 43-yard line. Handoff straight up the middle, and not much there on the carry. I'm sorry, that wasn't a handoff. That was Deontay Clark on the carry, just straight up the middle. Been real successful, Brent, on that same play on the first drive, but not so much that time. Moves it out across the 45 to the 46. But they got to get all the way down to the 33-yard line of Ball Knob for a first down. Third down and forever. Handoff. Hawkins coming to the near side, breaks one tackle, tries to turn the corner. Here comes a penalty marker in. Gets his legs cut out from under him at the Ball Knob 45 after a nice gain, but it's going to be a hold. And let's see what Coach Robertson decides to do if he wants to decline this and set up 4th and 12.
Yeah, I saw a blocking the back out there. Not sure exactly what they're going to call, but it's going to be on the Ricebirds. Let's see. Yep, blocking the back, and they are going to mark it off.
And they're marking it off. But he started at the end of the run, which is not right.
No.
So they're going to mark this one. He is walking, yeah. He is going to mark this one all the way down to the 36-yard line. On the Ricebird side, they've got to get to the 33 on the Ball Knob side.
They're down in about 30.
They got to get to
36.
Yeah, got to get to Lodge corner. Maybe even turn the corner and head to Witt. Cedric Hawkins has got it, and they got him. Number 25 has got him wrapped up. Sambo Smithson, and the Ricebirds going to have to punt into this pretty stiff breeze. How about that Ball Knob Bulldog defense, Brent? Yeah, as they shine. Of course, the Ricebirds shoot themselves in the foot with the backwards pass.
Yeah, they did. -14 on first down there. Got them way behind the sticks, and the Birds just unable to come out of it there, and Jack Hosman is on the punt.
He's standing at the Ricebird 20-yard line. One man back deep for Ball Knob. Good snap, puts his foot into it. Boy, it's high, but it catches the wind and gets across midfield at about the 47-yard line. Takes a huge bounce, and the Ricebirds down it just about the point on the field that Ball Knob turned it over to the Ricebirds when they hit the passer before he got an opportunity to throw the ball on Ball Knob's first possession of the game. So Ball Knob will have it first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, you know, I kind of look for the Ricebirds to put it to the air some, maybe in the second quarter more when they get the win with them.
Ball Knob to the line. Ball's on the far hash mark, moving from the right to the left. Hand off to the back, standing to the right of the quarterback, turns corner, got some running room. He's going to be down, first down yardage. He's going to have 10.
Oh, and the ball came out.
The ball came out.
Had it. Wow.
Can you believe that? Xavier Hobbs on the recovery. Ball Knob on consecutive offensive plays turns it over.
Yeah, boy, a nice run by Landon Gilmore there, but as he was trying to pick up a few more yards, 2 or 3 Ricebirds hit him, and on his way down, the ball popped out, and both the Birds were right there on top of it to pick up their second turnover of the night. But let's see if they can do a little better on this one than what they did on their last series.
Cade Coates in on that last stops. Deontay Clark takes it, keeps it right up the middle, and he's got a first down into Ball Knob territory all the way down to the 43-yard line. Move the sticks for the Ricebirds.
14 yards right up the middle for Clark on that play, and that's a much better first down play than what they had on their last possession.
7:35 to go, opening quarter. Stuttgart with a 7-0 lead and the ball in Ball Knob territory. One wide out to the left. Going to hand it to Hawkins. Starts right, now just cuts it right up in the middle, and he gets the ball inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Nice gain on first down for Cedric Hawkins.
Yes, it was. It's going to be a gain of 4 on first down.
Cedric gets up a little gingerly here as well, and that's certainly not something that you want to see, and he looks like he's kind of favoring One of his arms, could be shoulder, could be not sure what. We won't speculate. He takes his place on the bench here on the sideline.
He's got that left arm kind of wrapped up anyway. So
here come the Birds. 2nd down and 6. Handoff. A.J. Higgins. Oh, he sidesteps a defender at the 32-yard line and stays on his feet inside the 30 to the 29. Higgins for a 1st down.
11 yards for A.J. Higgins, and another huge hole open up the middle of that line. And the Ricebirds offensive line is doing a great job here in the first half.
6:30 to go, first quarter. Ricebirds, fresh set of downs. Ball's toward the far hash mark. Birds moving from the left to the right, which is from the north to the south. Headed towards Lenox here for those of you familiar with Mosley Stadium. Deontay Clark takes, keeps, hands off, now hands off to Higgins. Higgins getting the quarter on the right side. He's got a Bulldog riding him on the back inside the 20 down to the 18.
That's going to be another 1st down and a gain of 11 again for A.J. Higgins. And the Ricebirds are inside the Bulldog 20 here. 6:07 left in the first quarter.
Number 85, Micah Comer on the stop for the Bulldogs. 1st down and 10 for the Ricebirds from the Bulldog red zone at the 18-yard line. Fakes to Higgins, keeping it himself is Deontay Clark, and boy, that Bulldog defensive line swarms him and holds him to a short gain of just a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, only 2 there over the right side. 2nd down, 8 here, and the Ricebirds have done it all on the ground in the first quarter so far. Have not gone to the air yet.
Pretty stiff breeze in their face as well here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. 3 wide outs to the left. Single back. That's A.J. Higgins standing to the right of the quarterback, Deontay Clark. Clark takes a snap, fakes it to Higgins, keeps it over the right side, and then his feet slip out from under him as he went to make a cut. He gets down to about the 13. It's going to be short of a 1st down. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 5, Brent.
Yeah, gain of 3 there, and you said it, his feet slipped out from under him right when he made a cut, and that might have been a good thing because he's about to get hit pretty hard, I think, by Landon Gilmore out there.
Here come the Ricebirds to the line. Matthew Hoskin is the center. He takes it, snaps it back. Higgins got it right up the middle, over a defender, and he is going to be close to 1st down yardage. Let's see. Yes, 1st and 10 Ricebirds. Higgins for 5, and the Ricebirds in business inside the Bulldog 10.
3 carries, 27 yards for A.J. Higgins, and boy, he has came in here and done a fantastic job so far on this drive.
Bringing some beef in. Tank Hood, who's wearing number 1, comes in along with Nikhil Bradley wearing number 29. Little power package on the right and a whistle before the snap, and it was going to be Higgins following that beef on the right side.
Yes, it was. Let's see. Looked like it's going to be false start on the Ricebirds.
So that's going to back them up.
Yes, it is.
They're going to set the ball down at the 13-yard line.
1st and goal now from the 13 as we close in on 4 minutes here in the first quarter.
Birds keep the same lineup. This time, hands off. Higgins over the right side. Punishes one defender, but nice job by the Bulldogs bringing him down after a gain of 3. Moves it down to the 10-yard line. 2nd down, goal to go coming up for the Ricebirds as the clock rolls under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. And the Ricebirds with a 7-0 lead over the Bulldogs.
Yeah, not much there. That time for Higgins. Gets almost back to the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd and goal now from just outside the 10.
And here come the Birds. Little power package inside. Being chased. Clark eludes the defender. Gets inside the 10 and going to be out of bounds at about the 7 or 8-yard line, 7-yard line on the far side. Good pursuit, but boy, how about that speed for Clark when he hit that corner over there, Brent, because he had a defender bearing down on him.
Yeah, he did. He eluded one there, looked downfield, couldn't find anybody open, and then tucked and ran for 3 yards.
3rd down, goal to go for the Ricebirds from the ball knob 7. A.J. Higgins standing to the right of Deontay Clark. And penalty marker before the snap
It's going to be, I believe, on the Ricebirds again, so it's going to back them up.
We have had a slew of penalties on offense before the ball is snapped in the last few weeks.
Yeah, we have. You know, after not having them all year long, really.
Yeah.
And they're going to wave it off. Okay. I think he threw his flag when he saw two guys go in motion. I think he threw it kind of early there.
Yeah.
Thought that one of them jumped, and they really didn't.
All right, 3rd down and goal from the ball knob 7. Clark takes a snap, just tucks it, trying to go around the right side. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Deontay Clark adds a 7-yard touchdown to his earlier 8-yard, and the Birds are up by 2 scores.
Yeah, fantastic blocking there out of a full house backfield, and everybody just leads around the right side, and Clark just found a hole there and then shot up into the gap. 7-yard touchdown run, his second of the night. Ricebirds have a 13-0 lead.
Jack Hossman on to attempt the extra point. Boyd's the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 14-0. 3:29 to go opening quarter. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Farmers and Merchants Bank is adding more convenient banking across Arkansas. The MVP Center in DeWitt is now open on Whitehead Drive, and there are 2 in Stuttgart, one on Maple behind the main bank and one on the corner of North Main and Michigan. These are interactive teller machines with on-screen tellers serving you 7 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 till noon on Saturdays. Go to mebanking.com to locate more MVP centers as you travel across the state from Jonesboro to the Bank of Fayetteville. Always finding a better way at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
And a brighter day up ahead.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 14-0 in this Week 10 football game, final game of the regular season. Jack Hossman just sails it down. It bounces off of one of the front Bulldogs, and the Ricebirds recover. How about that?
I think that's not hit Nikhil Bradley, Lynn, with his second recovery tonight, and that is what Jack has been trying to do, and I believe, for most of the year, just hit that hard line drive to bounce off, one of the return men, and that is exactly what happened, and it bounced about 5 yards back.
5 yards back gave the Ricebirds. The Ricebirds the only one even close to it.
Yep.
So the Ricebird offense trots right back out. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at the Ball Knob 49-yard line. 3:27 to go, opening quarter. Ricebirds with a 14-0 lead and the ball. Wide outs on each side. Cameron Harper in motion now. A penalty marker before the snap. Want to remind you that Stuttgart Ricebird football is powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Don't forget, they've got 2 locations and 2 websites. Petrus Auto Sales for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. They're located out across from Max. Their website, petrusautosales.com. And then for Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, try petrusgm.com. Petrus, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Ricebirds with the ball, and Deontay Clark keeps it over the right side. And he moves the ball from the 49 down to the 43, gain of 6 over the right side for the quarterback for the Ricebirds.
Well, that was actually 1st down and 15.
You're right. You're right,
so.
Brent. Absolutely. So a nice gain for Deontay.
It was.
And another penalty marker. 2 of them, actually.
I saw the Bulldogs move. I don't know if they were drawn off or what. Yes, they were.
Right.
Yeah, yes. Sloppy here for the Ricebirds. A lot of false start penalties.
This will move the ball back to the 48-yard line of the Ball Knob Bulldogs. 2:51 to go here, opening quarter. Stuttgart with a 14-0 lead. Kicked off to Ball Knob, and Jack Hossman just drilled it off of one of their up men, and the Ricebirds' Nikhil Bradley recovered. Birds in business. Deontay Clark keeps it into heavy traffic. He's going to have about 3 down to the 45-yard line, but it's going to bring up now 3rd down and about 6 for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, not much there over the right side, but Clark just kept fighting and for all he could, and he did pick up about 3, so 2:20 left here in the first quarter. The Birds have a 14-0 lead here, trying to pick up another first down.
Ricebirds in all maroon. For those of you that are listening to us on Country 97.3, white trim. Handoff, Cameron Harper on a speed sweep. What a nice job defensively by the Bulldogs to get up and trip up Cameron Harper before he could turn the corner. It's going to be a loss on the play. Back to the 48-yard line, so the Ricebirds, sputtering after getting that turnover on the kick, will punt it back to Ball Knob.
Well, two false start penalties in that drive is what killed that drive.
Jack Hossman will be on to punt. He'll be standing back at his own 41-yard line awaiting a snap. Ball Knob not sending anybody very far back. Now they are. Now they're going to send a guy back. Here's the kick. A knuckleball. It's going to be fielded. Oh, let's see. No, he got away from it. And the Ricebirds very alertly pick it up and hustle it into the end zone, but the official says no, he didn't touch it.
Yep. He was close. He was very, very close. I think he pulled his hands back right at the last minute, and probably a smart move there. He didn't want to take a chance on another fumble. Ball Knob was already with 2 fumbles and then 1 miscue on that kickoff, and they're lucky that they're not down 21 or 28-0.
You're exactly right, Brent. They've got it first down and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Bulldogs moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north. Quarterback takes, hands off to the back, standing to his left, and he gets to the line of scrimmage and just gets hammered by the Ricebirds. Yep. Xavier Hobbs there, and
Cade Coates as well.
Right, Cameron Harper in there too.
Gain of maybe 1 for Gilmore, and that's it.
Second down 9 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs in those pretty royal blue pants. They got white jerseys with a little royal blue trim, royal blue numbers, white helmets. Quarterback shotgun formation, takes a snap, back to pass, fires across the middle, had a man, and he is so sorry. He started running before he caught it. Number 25, Sambo Smithson.
He was wide.
He was wide open right in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Probably had a first down, but didn't catch it first. And that's what happens when you start hearing those footsteps.
Yep, that's right.
After you get hammered a couple of times. From the ball in the center of the field on 3rd down and 9. Here come the Bulldogs. Send a man in motion from the left to the right. Fires out in the flats, bounces it, and that kind of looked like a.
Yeah, I think it went just a little bit forward there, and it hit the ground. So that's going to be called incomplete.
Everybody stopped, and they've got a much better view over there than I do for sure. From where we are, it's a pretty good ways from Brent and I's vantage point here. So, Ball Knob will punt. Their punter's going to be standing back at his own 3-yard line. They're going to attempt a punt, I'll say that. Good snap. Punter gets his foot into it, just a low knuckleball. Cedric Hawkins watches it hit, and it's going to roll and keep rolling, and it's going to roll inside the Ricebird 40 to the 39-yard line. Brent, it wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Yes, it was. He got it's kind of a low line drive, and he got a pretty good roll there. Hawkins was trying to pick it up, but it was bouncing to the left, and then it would bounce to the right, and he just couldn't get a clean handle on it. So probably did the smart thing there and just let it go.
26 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Stuttgart with a 14-0 lead. And they've got the ball back. Good to see Cedric Hawkins back out there. As we stated, he came off a series or 2 before, kind of favoring maybe his right arm that has a sleeve on it. And I don't know if it's just one of those burn sleeves or compression sleeves. Right. Here come the Birds. Deontay Clark keeps it, rolls around the left. Looked like he might have wanted to pitch it. But he hangs on to it, gets it up to the 40-yard line. And going to be a gain of just 1 on the play. 2nd down 9 coming up for the Ricebirds. First quarter clock's at 10 seconds, 9, 8, and I think that's going to do it. Ricebirds are going to swap ends, and we'll play the second quarter. When we come back, you're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM. We're back with second quarter action in 1 minute.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production in bushels. Contact your local Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
Looking for a new job to get you where you need to be? Cross that goal line with ease by contacting Express Employment Professionals in Stuttgart. Feel like you're facing a fourth down and long in your job search? Express Employment Professionals can help you get the first down by making your job search easier with no cost to apply or find you a job. If your business is recruiting employees or hiring seasonal workers, don't throw a Hail Mary. Get with Express Employment Professionals and score like never before. Your #1 team is Express Employment Professionals, 1904 South Main, Suite 1 in Stuttgart. Call 870-672-4568 or go to expresspros.com.
And we welcome you back to second quarter action from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. The Ricebirds have it. Second down, and Cedric Hawkins takes it over the left side out to the 47-yard line of the Ricebirds, setting up now third down and 2 as we get second quarter action underway. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. This time fake to Hawkins, keeping it right into the line and up to midfield, and a first down goes Deontay Clark from his quarterback position.
2 yards right up the middle for Clark. Faked the handoff to Hawkins and just took it straight ahead, and the Ricebirds have it right at midfield as we start the second quarter.
Stuttgart Ricebirds, the #2 seed going into next week's playoffs. And the Ball Knob Bulldogs will be in the playoffs. Don't know whether they'll be a 4 seed or a 5 seed, depending on what happens in a couple of other games going on here tonight in addition to this one. Here come the Ricebirds, first down and 10. Deontay Clark back to pass, fires across the middle, and it is complete at the 25, 20, 15, and Julius Gaither.
Chance Rabenek.
Oh, excuse me, Chance Rabenek, number 19.
Number 19, I tell you what, Lynn, he hit him in stride. Well, at about the 25-yard line, hit Chance in stride, and he was just drugged down at about the 14, but what a nice-looking pass play there, Clark to Rabenek.
Moves it inside the 15. Ricebirds in the red zone. First down and 10. After that great completion to Chance Rabenek. Brent, you called it. Boy, it was thrown perfectly in stride. And here come the Birds from the far hash mark. Second quarter here, they're moving from the right to the left. Handoff, Cedric Hawkins. He breaks a tackle at the 10-yard line. I thought for all the world he was down. No, sir. Cedric Hawkins takes it in for the Ricebirds. Touchdown.
14 yards up the middle, and then Hawkins broke out to the left. Almost got tripped up, kept his balance, put a hand down and kept his balance and cruised into the end zone for his first touchdown of the night. 20-0, Ricebirds with Hosman on for the PAT. Oh, and there's a fake.
Snap, throws it right across the middle. 2-point conversion is good.
And that's Ross Atkinson on the catch from Hosman, number 13.
Good to have Ross back after being out for an injury. Ross Atkinson catches the 2-point conversion, and the Ricebirds lead 22-0 over the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Hello, this is Kyle Stovison with Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services in Stuttgart. If you're looking to purchase or refinance farm real estate, equipment, cattle, or need capital for your crop operating expenses, we finance it all and share our profits through our patronage program. At Ag Heritage, we have friendly loan officers, competitive rates, and most of all, a lender who provides you with a financing package tailor-made to fit your individual needs. Please contact Kevin Wingfield or myself, Kyle Stovison, in Stuttgart at 870-673-1558. Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services is an equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds have just stretched their lead over the Ball Knob Bulldogs 22-0. Jack Hosman kicks off. This one's going to be fielded back at the 6-yard line, back across the 10, 15, across the 20, and out to the 25-yard line. That's where the Ball Knob Bulldogs will have it on their first possession here of the second quarter. On the return was number 3, Brady Johnston.
And I believe that was Jacob Hayes on the tackle there for the Ricebirds special teams.
Jake's done a great job all year long. Here come the Bulldogs. First down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Single back standing to the right of the quarterback. Hand off to the back into the line. Gets across the 25 and back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to do it. Nice play defensively in there. Cade Coates.
Yeah, no gain on the play. There's not much offense so far tonight for the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Only 8 total yards.
Dogs will send 1 wide out to the left, 3 to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Takes, hands off to the back, trying to get the corner on the right side, turns the corner, gets out to the 30-yard line. Cade Coates is right there along with Tank Hood.
Number 10 on the carry, gain of about, we'll give him 4 on the carry. He's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 6 here.
Ball right at the 30-yard line.
It was Bon Hickman on the carry, his first carry of the night for the Bulldogs.
3 wide outs to the left, which is the wide side of the field. 1 wide out to the right. Quarterback, shotgun formation, takes a snap, back to pass, getting some pressure, and he's going to go down. Tank, the Fury, Hood brings him down all the way back at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Tank Hood right up the middle there. Cameron Harper kind of came around from the outside and forced the quarterback to kind of step up in the pocket. And when he did, Tank Hood was right there to meet him and drag him down for a big loss on the play, loss of 8 on the play.
8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ricebirds with a 22-0 lead. 4th down and 14 coming up for the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Punter standing back at his own 12-yard line. Cedric Hawkins is standing at midfield. Here's a high kick, catches in the wind, and it's got a little bit of a knuckleball roll to it, and it's going to roll across midfield into Ricebird territory. And again, another punt that maybe not the prettiest thing, Brent, but it kind of got the job done.
Yeah, it was. It was high. It looked like it was going to be short, but it kind of got a pretty good roll. It got about a 8 or 9 yard roll there to kind of make something out of nothing there, and pretty effective here. However, the Birds will still have fantastic field position at their own 49, leading here 22-0, 8:24 left in the first half.
Here come the Ricebirds to the line. Matthew Hoskin is the center, flanked there by Hunter Smith.
Dylan Duncan in there on that line as well, James Noble.
And another penalty marker before the snap.
Boy, and that's got to be driving Coach Price crazy. It's driving me crazy up here. I know it's got to be driving him crazy. That's at least, what, 5 or 6 false starts already in the first half. And at the number 10 game in the season, you wouldn't expect to be getting that many false start penalties. You know, that's just a lack of focus here, I think, tonight.
Also mention those linemen, Aiden Robnett, number 50 out there. Number 66, one of our seniors tonight, Ryan Kazire. Here come the Birds on 1st and 15. Sends a man in motion, and Ricebirds again going to be flagged for a procedure penalty. And this will bring up now 1st down and 20 for the Ricebirds.
Carter Wheeler, number 52, checking in the game now on the Ricebird line. And I think the Ricebirds are just trying to see just how difficult they can make it on themselves tonight.
So it would seem, huh?
Wow, a lot of penalties here in the first half so far.
So it would seem. Here come the Ricebirds on 1st and 20. Man in motion, fakes to him, ball's on the ground, and let's see, I think Deontay Clark got back on it, but it's going to be a loss of a few more all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Sure is. It's going to be a loss of about 4 on this play here. I don't know if Clark is trying to hand off to A.J. Higgins on a speed sweep or just pull it out and A.J. ran into the ball or what, but the ball was on the turf. Clark got back on it, 2nd down and about 23-4 here for the Ricebirds.
Takes, hands off. Hawkins starts up the middle, cuts around the right side, turning the corner, still on his feet. They finally drag him down as he gets across the 45, out to the 46-yard line. Look out there blocking the head of Matthew Hoskin out there ahead of him, clearing out some ground. Also, Jack Hossman giving him a little blocking out there and makes it a manageable third down now. 3rd and 13 coming up. Ricebirds have it at their own 46-yard line with 7:22 to go in the first half, and the Birds up 22-0 over Ball Knob.
12 yards on that run for Cedric, and he's not going to split out wide on the far side.
Deontay Clark just going to keep it straight up the middle. It's got running room, first down and more. 45 down to the 41-yard line. Move the sticks. Deontay Clark with a big first down for the Ricebirds.
Boy, you said it, Lynn. He needed 13, and he got exactly 13 yards there. Big first down after the Ricebirds had it well beyond the sticks. I think they had a second down in about 24 there, and they came up with a big first down.
Here come the Birds to the line. Ball's toward the far hash mark. They're moving from the right to the left on your radio dial. Handoff, A.J. Higgins into the line across the 40. Still powering his way down to the 37-yard line. A.J. Higgins.
4 hard-fought yards there for A.J. It's going to bring up second down and 6 for the Ricebirds. A.J. Higgins, 5 carries, 34 yards in the first half tonight.
Kamarion Pickett checking in for the Ricebirds. Tank Hood is going to check out. Here come the Birds from the far hash mark. Second down and 6. Takes. Coming to the near side. Running room across the 35. Still on his feet to the 30 and out of bounds. On the carry, number 44, A.J. Higgins.
A.J. Higgins then takes it from the 37 all the way down to the, see where they're going to mark it, at the 23. 14 yards. A.J. Higgins, again, picking up big chunk of yardage.
He's going to line up to the right of Deontay Clark. Jack Hossman will be split wide to the right. Handoff, Higgins into the line on the left side and down to the 20-yard line.
He actually punished one Bulldog there.
Oh, he did.
He ran right over him in a gain of 3 for Higgins as he goes over the 50-yard mark. 7 carries, 51 yards for A.J. 5:40 left in the second quarter.
Hunter Burleson on the stop for the Bulldogs. A.J. Higgins lines up to the left of Deontay Clark. 4s are wild in the backfield. Takes, hands off. Higgins this time starts right. Now cuts it into the line. Boy, it's hard running. He moves it down to the 17-yard line. Going to be about short of the first down by 3 yards.
Yeah, going to be a gain of about 3 again for A.J. Higgins, as he's doing a good job of falling forward too when he gets hit and picking up 1 more yard.
Hossman wide to the right. Higgins lined up to the right of Deontay Clark. Clark takes a snap. Hands off into the line, and boy, he meets a Bulldog wall that time and gets pushed back. Short of a first down by a couple of yards. It's going to bring up now 4th down and close to 3 for the Ricebirds.
Yeah. Burleson again on the tackle that time. Shot through the line there and met A.J. right at the line of scrimmage. There was no gain on that play. Let's see what the Ricebirds are going to do. I think they're going to run it down and take a timeout, if I'm reading Coach Price's body language there, standing right next to the referee.
And would he try a field goal? It would be into a kind of a cross breeze.
Maybe.
And I know he was interested in letting Jack obviously kick when he had an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. The Ricebirds are going to let it run down. Timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
You'll find all the waterfowl gear you need for success at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Right now, select Sitka on sale 20 to 40% off. Zinc Mallard Duck Decoys, $69.99 a dozen. Lucky Duck Super Swimmer HDI Mallard Drake Decoys with anchors, just $159.99. Winchester Expert High Velocity and Browning Wicked Wing 12-gauge 3-inch steel shot, both just $199.90 a case. Come see Max today for these deals and more, or shop online at maxpw.com. Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. The hunt begins here.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Petrus with 2 locations, and in both locations, they sell tires and they do alignments, so it doesn't matter the make, model, or year of the vehicle that you drive. If you need tires, go see either one of the Petrus locations. They can fix you up. And again, with alignment, whatever you need, Petrus, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. There is going to be a field goal attempt. This one will be from 35 yards out. Jack Hossman, good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 35-yard field goal with 4:05 to go in the first half. Ricebirds stretch their lead 25-0 over the Ball Knob Bulldogs.
Yeah, 35-yard field goal?
Actually, it was just inside the 25-yard line. I'm not sure if they would call that a 34-yard or a 35. Right. I'm calling it a 35.
Well, it would have been good from 45, I think.
Yes, it would have.
He split the upright steer right down the middle. So,
and a great job holding in there as well by Elliott Boyd, number 21.
Yep. Ricebirds now have a 25-0 lead. 4:05 left in the first half of action here tonight. Ricebirds just a little bit sloppy on that offensive line there, jumping off sides, but they've been able to overcome most of the penalties here and have a 25-0 lead.
And the Ricebirds will kick, and as we've talked about the last couple of weeks, an interesting kick formation. Almost looks like a huddle right in the center of the field, but they've got some gunners all the way on each end. Mm-hmm. Those are standing at about the 35-yard line. But the whole pack is going to come up. It's going to be an onside kick attempt, and it is going to be good. And the Ricebirds, Jack Hossman kicks it and recovers it.
He did, Landon. The Bulldogs were kind of retreating there, and they didn't have anybody near it there. And, I think the ball went probably about 12 or 13 yards before Jack got it. And there still weren't any Bulldogs around. So Coach Price is trying a bunch of different things tonight here.
Putting a lot of things on film.
That's right. That's right. Because you never know what you're going to need to pull out of your bag of tricks when you get into the playoffs, and you try to do all of it in a game-type situation.
And you want everybody else that's looking at your film to have to study everything in the world.
Exactly.
Just keeping it right up the middle, Deontay Clark on the carry, and he's going to carry it from the Ball Knob 46-yard line down to the 37. He's going to have about 9 yards. Second down, 1 coming up for the Ricebirds with 3:43 clock moving in the first half. Ricebirds with a 25-0 lead over the Ball Knob Bulldogs in this 2-4A conference matchup. Season finale, regular season finale for both teams here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart here tonight. Here come the Ricebirds now with a little receiver bunch on the right side. Handoff Higgins. Higgins tries to turn the corner, and he does. Higgins down inside the 25, all the way down to the 24-yard line. Move the sticks, A.J. Higgins.
What a nice job there, A.J., by planting that right foot and cutting it back upfield. He found a seam and picked up 13 yards. And 10 carries, 67 yards for A.J. in the first half.
Ball's on the far hash mark. Ricebirds here in the second quarter, moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north, headed toward the concession stand area here. Clark takes, hands off, Higgins into the line, left side. Boy, he broke through that first line, but he got to the linebackers, and that was it. But gets down to the 20-yard line.
Gain of 5 on that play for A.J. He is being a tough runner to bring down tonight. 68 yards on 11 carries here. 2:29 left in the first half.
Ball still toward the far hash mark. Here come the Birds. 1 wide out to the left is Hossman. 2 wide outs to the right, but going to hand off Higgins. Higgins starts right, now cuts it right up into the line. Not going to have a first down, but it's going to set up a third down and about 2 coming up for the Ricebirds from about the 17-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Yep, 2 minutes even left with the clock rolling here in the first half.
Birds break the huddle, send 3 wide outs to the left. Higgins lines up to the left of Clark. Fake to Higgins. Clark keeps it right up, straight up the middle, all the way down to the 10-yard line. First down and goal to go coming up for the Stuttgart Ricebirds.
7 yards on that carry, 16 carries already tonight for Deontay Clark, 96 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Ricebirds are knocking on the door here with 1:34 left in the first half.
Hossman brings the play in. Ricebirds break the huddle. Chance Raveneck split wide to the left. Hossman split wide to the right. A.J. Higgins lined up to the left of Deontay Clark. Take, handoff, Higgins over the right side. Man, he just makes lots of contact at the 10, 9, 8-yard line. A.J. Higgins, what a hard run.
Yeah, 2 yards around the right side for Higgins. Couldn't find a hole that time, and the Bulldogs D-line drags him down here. We're just under 1 minute left with the clock rolling.
Boy, there was contact, though, really before he got to the line of scrimmage.
There was.
This time, fake to Higgins, keeping it over the left side, turning the corner, into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Deontay Clark takes it in for the Birds, and they stretch their lead.
That time, Clark takes it for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Took it around the left side, outran everybody to the corner, and the Ricebirds have a 31-0 lead here with 45 seconds left in the first half. Jack Hossman on for the PAT.
Boyd is the holder. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 32-0. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Through November 14th, get up to a $70 Visa reward by mail-in or online rebate when you buy a set of 4 qualifying Cooper tires at Blue Seal Petroleum in DeWitt and Stuttgart. When you purchase a set of 4 new select Cooper brand tires, you could receive up to a $70 Visa reward. So go see the tire experts at Blue Seal Petroleum before November 14th. Fall savings on Cooper tires right now at Blue Seal Petroleum on South Whitehead Drive in DeWitt and South Park Avenue in Stuttgart.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, site of tonight's regular season finale between the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Ricebirds with a 32-0 lead with 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Ricebirds set to kick. And again, Hossman kind of coming out of that huddle in the center of the field, and those gunners on each end of the line. This time, Ball Knob brings a few more folks up, and Jack's going to sail this one almost over everybody's head. Yes, back into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. So Ball Knob will have it at their own 20-yard line. First down and 10, but only 45 seconds to work with here in the first half.
Well, and we've seen just about every kind of kickoff that Jack can do here tonight. You know, we've seen the little short sky kick. We've seen the line drive kick. We've seen the onside kick, and now we've seen one kicked into the end zone. So he's just about done it all tonight.
Well, he's punted, and he's had a field goal and an extra point.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
That's right. He has done it all.
What a weapon Jack Hossman is, one of our seniors here tonight on senior night. Here come the Ball Knob Bulldogs with 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right, balls in the center of the field. Sends a man in motion from the right to the left, and a whistle before the snap.
I think that's a false start on Ball Knob this time.
And that'll back them up 5. It's going to be 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line. No, we stand corrected.
I was wrong.
We stand corrected. It's going to be 1st and 5 because it's got to be on Stuttgart, right?
For sure, for sure. Another 5-yard penalty on the Birds.
Wow.
Well, let's get them all out tonight.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Here come the Bulldogs. Again, sends a man in motion from the right to the left. Hand to him on a speed sweep and Tank. Hood met him right there and drops him for a big loss.
Boy, he did. Tank,
my.
Tank shot through the line unblocked, and it's going to be a big loss. That was number 13 on the carry. And it's going to be a loss of, well, about 5 on the play. So back to the original line of scrimmage.
Second down and 10 coming up for Ball Knob. Sends a man in motion from the left to the right. Now they're going to hand to the back, coming out of the backfield, and he gets hit at the line of scrimmage. But I tell you what, credit him, Brent. He stayed on his feet, and he kept his legs churning. He's going to end up with a couple, and that's going to do it. That's going to take us to the end of the first half. The Ricebirds have been in control in this one. They lead 32-0 here at the half over the Ball Knob Bulldogs. We've got the Southern Bancorp halftime show coming your way. Brent will have our halftime stats. We'll have the scoring summary, and we'll have more coming up for you on the Southern Bancorp halftime show that we'll get started on in 5 minutes.
Petrus Auto Group is a proud supporter of the Stuttgart Ricebirds. This fall, while heading out to the game, arrive in style in a new truck or SUV from Petrus. Wanting a 2023? Then now's the time to stop in and place your custom order on your new vehicle. With 2 locations in Stuttgart, Petrus Auto Sales and Petrus Chevrolet Buick GMC. We're proud to be your Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet Buick, and GMC dealer on the Grand Prairie.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
A generator is one of those things you never think about until you need it. How about a hot shower? It's amazing how important the little things really are in these situations. At Durden's in Stuttgart, we like to help make the little things easier. That's why we're now your local authorized Generac dealer. And that's important too, because not all companies can sell, install, and provide warranty service on your generator, but Durden's can. Let's face it, a generator is a big investment. Keep it ready to run correctly so you're not left in the dark when the next storm or outage happens. Call us today at 673-1356 for home backup options, portable generators, and even commercial options for your business. You can also request service for your generator online at durdeninc.com/schedule. Let's skip the cold showers and save the candlelight dinners just for date night.
Durden's in Stuttgart. Guaranteed comfort since 1960. Muck boots are ready to take on any job while keeping you protected. And you'll find original Muck boots at U.S. Irrigation Distributors in Stuttgart and DeWitt, along with comfortable, stylish, and tough Twisted X footwear. Check out these 2 great lines of boots and shoes, including 100% weatherproof designs today at U.S. Irrigation. Original Muck boots and Twisted X footwear. U.S. Irrigation Distributors, Highway 165 north of Stuttgart and in DeWitt at 550 Highway 165 north. Call 673-2830 or 946-4116.
Farmers and Merchants Bank is adding more convenient banking across Arkansas. The MVP Center in DeWitt is now open on Whitehead Drive, and there are 2 in Stuttgart, one on Maple behind the main bank and one on the corner of North Main and Michigan. These are interactive teller machines with on-screen tellers serving you 7 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 till noon on Saturdays. Go to mebanking.com to locate more MVP centers as you travel across the state from Jonesboro to the Bank of Fayetteville. Always finding a better way at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
And a brighter day up ahead.
Did you know since 1907, Lane, Arkansas has been providing water services to cities, industries, and farmers, not just in the Grand Prairie area, but all across the state. Lane, Arkansas provides pump sales and installation, constructs and designs water wells, and installs underground pipes. Lane, Arkansas also has an in-house machine shop prepared to service and repair all brands and sizes of pumps, gear drives, and motors, along with a complete parts department open to the public. So for all your water service needs, contact Lane, Arkansas first. Call 870-673-1591. Lane, Arkansas, a division of Lane Christensen Company.
At River Valley Tractor, right now you can take home a Kubota L2501 DT tractor with a Kubota LA 526 FL loader, a Land Pride 5-foot rotary cutter, a 5-foot box blade, and an 18-foot trailer for $26,995. We're lucky to call the Natural State our backyard. With 7 River Valley Tractor locations, it means they're right in your backyard too. Now through December 31st, 2022. Visit rivervalleytractor.com or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Looking for a new job to get you where you need to be? Cross that goal line with ease by contacting Express Employment Professionals in Stuttgart. Feel like you're facing a fourth down and long in your job search? Express Employment Professionals can help you get the first down by making your job search easier with no cost to apply or find you a job. If your business is recruiting employees or hiring seasonal workers, don't throw a Hail Mary. Get with Express Employment Professionals and score like never before. Your #1 team is Express Employment Professionals, 1904 South Main, Suite 1 in Stuttgart. Call 870-672-4568 or go to expresspros.com.
When you're looking to sell your house or find a new home, you want a name you can trust. Sandra Brothers at Brothers Realty in Stuttgart is an Arkansas County native dedicated to providing the finest real estate sales and service available. Brothers Realty guarantees you the personal and professional care you need when making such important decisions. You can trust Brothers Realty to have your best interest at heart. Call Sandra Brothers at 870-659-4218. Visit brothers-realty.com or browse listings at Brothers Realty on Facebook and Instagram.
And we welcome you to the Southern Bancorp halftime show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman, and we're glad to have you join us here tonight for Ricebird football. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 32-0 here at the half. And for those of you that are watching on our EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Ricebird YouTube channel, you're being treated right now to the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band as they perform for the home crowd here at halftime. And, of course, those of you that were tuned in a little bit earlier had an opportunity to see the combined bands of the junior high and senior high as they performed before the game here tonight. And the senior high band now takes their place here at halftime. And just a little bit, the senior members of the Ricebird band will be honored here at halftime, as this is senior night in addition to band night here at Mosley Stadium tonight. Hard to believe we've already made it to week 10 of the high school football season. We say that every year, but it does roll by in a hurry. Of course, the Ricebirds still with some football to play. They'll be the #2 seed going into the playoffs that begin next Friday night. And the Ricebirds, with that #2 seed, have earned a home playoff spot. And they'll play host to the Crossett Eagles that won a thriller against Monticello last night. The Ricebirds get the winner of that game, and turns out it's going to be the Crossett Eagles. Haven't done my research on that yet, but it's been a while since the Ricebirds and the Eagles have played, but they used to be in the same conference, Brent.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did way back when. Yeah, but yeah, it's been a while. I don't think we played Crossett since I've been on the radio here with you. So that's been at least 12 years or more.
Right.
Yeah, that we played them. Yeah, and there for a minute it was looking like it was going to be a repeat of last year's first round game against Monticello.
And I would hope it wouldn't be a repeat of that, because Monticello had some issues last year, and they unfortunately were not competitive in that game. And of course, it was fortunate for the Ricebirds as that advanced them to the next round. But you hate to see anybody go through that, and it had some issues school-wise there. It wasn't just injuries. They had some issues school-wise there. So anyway, it'll be the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the Crossett Eagles right here at Ned Mosley Stadium next Friday night. And we expect game time then will be 7 o'clock. And for those of you that are just now tuning in, expecting the kickoff of this one, which normally would be kicking off right now, we're at halftime. And the reason we moved it up is there is some threatening weather that's coming through the state a little bit later this evening, and wanted an opportunity not only to get the game in, but try to get everybody home, before any winds or heavy rain or anything started. And of course, it's tough playing a football game in those gale force winds.
Yeah, and the wind is blowing hard out there now.
And driving rain. And I remember one year, Brent, playing, I believe it was Dumas, and Dumas went back to punt, and the thing went backwards 8 yards.
Wow.
It's tough. And of course, this is a game that needs to be played. This has playoff implications for the Ball Knob Bulldogs, so certainly wanted to get this in. And as everybody did, and really games all over the state have been changed or moved up. There were some of them started as early as 4 this afternoon. I believe that Lone Oak Nashville game was scheduled for 4.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to try to find a score on that here in a minute. You don't know in a game like that, just, how many starters you're going to play, or if you're going to play them the whole game or not, because that's actually a very, very good matchup of two good teams here in Week 10, and it's a non-conference game too. So.
It is, and the ironic thing about that, and I think you and I touched on this last week, there was a chance that they could have played in the first round of the playoffs next week in Lone Oak.
Yeah, that's right.
Back to back.
That's right. If Ashdown had beaten Nashville, that's what would have happened. But Nashville pulled that game out against Ashdown, I think, late.
Yeah.
And now it's Ashdown going to Lone Oak next week.
Right. So certainly Lone Oak Jackrabbits will get a good sampling here of the 7-4A conference in both tonight and next week as well, as they'll take on the Ashdown Panthers. The Ricebirds, as we mentioned, will get a team out of the 8-4A conference, and if they're successful there, that would probably mean another trip to an 8-4A school the next week.
Yes, it would, and to a place, Lynn, where the Ricebirds have not won in a long time, I don't think, and that would be the Warren Lumberjacks. I don't know how it seems to work out, no matter what our seeds are. It always seems to work out that we play them, the second or third round.
There.
Yeah, there. Exactly.
Played them there twice last year, and of course that was the only 2 losses for the Ricebirds a year ago. But certainly a lot of football, though, to be played before then. The Ricebirds have a big game coming up next week as they'll take on the Crossit Eagles. Right now, for those of you that are watching on the EAB Sports Network, Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel, you're seeing senior night activities for the Ricebird Band. Let's mention who the senior members of the Stuttgart Ricebird Band are. And they include Eric Beals, Jeff Henson, Parker Millard, and Carrington Thompson. A short group of seniors for the Ricebird Band, but boy, let me tell you, the numbers are coming. I can promise you, the cavalry's coming.
That's
in the
right.
band.
I'll bet. Yeah, I think they said in the pregame there when they had the band members 7 through 12 grades that they had 125 out there.
It was 11th graders, so it's going to be a little bit bigger senior crowd next year, but that's just going to continue. As you mentioned, Brent, that's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. Who knows, before you know it, us old-time Ricebird fans might remember the Marching 100, may get back to that.
Oh, believe me, Lynn, my mom remembers that, and she brings that up all the time. How proud she was of that, and that was just a fantastic band, back in the day.
Yeah, they wouldn't dream of putting less than 100 out there on the field.
Absolutely.
The Marching 100. That's the Stuttgart fight song that you hear in the distance, and Brent and I are going to be quiet for a second. We're going to turn the volume up and see if you can enjoy that with them. And that's the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band performing the fight song here at the half. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 32-0 here at the half. Let's take a look at the 2-4A conference standings coming into tonight's game. And, of course, the Harding Academy Wildcats, Brent, have pretty well locked up the #1 seed with a perfect 5-0 conference record, 8-0 overall. Last week, Harding Academy beat Heber Springs 39-13, and tonight they're at Cave City. Got to think that's going to be a win for the Wildcats there. The Ricebirds, as we mentioned, coming into tonight's game with a 4-1 conference record, 7-2 overall. Ricebirds last week with a 35-32 win over Lone Oak, and right now have a 32-0 lead over the Ball Knob Bulldogs here at the half. Then you got the Lone Oak Jackrabbits with 4-2, and they completed their conference season last week against Stuttgart. So as we mentioned a little bit earlier, they're playing a non-conference matchup tonight as they take on the Nashville Scrappers in Lone Oak. Actually, that game's probably over. It was supposed to have started at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Then it gets interesting in the 2-4A conference with Ball Knob with a 2-3 conference record, and then 3 teams with 1-4 records. Now you got to think Cave City's going to drop to 1-5 and be eliminated from playoff contention. So that leaves you Ball Knob, Heber Springs, and Riverview. And Heber Springs and Riverview are playing tonight.
Yes, they are. I'm going to try to see if I can get a score here. But, yeah, you know, you got to look at that. If Ball Knob loses tonight, you know, they're down 32-0 now. That would put them at 2-4, and the winner of Heber Springs and Riverview will also be at 2-4. So then it goes down to, you know, who beat who.
Right, and of course, Ball Knob beat Heber Springs earlier, so that would put Ball Knob in that 4 seed and Heber Springs in that 5 seed.
All right. I got a score here, Lynn. Heber Springs and Riverview are tied at halftime, 0-0.
Well, they know the importance of that game.
They do.
They're fighting for their playoff life.
Somebody is going to have to score in that game tonight.
That's exactly right. Of course, it's a conference game, so there would be overtime anyway there as well. Right now, the Stuttgart Ricebird cheerleaders are being recognized, the seniors, and let's tell you who those are as well. The captain of the Ricebird varsity cheerleaders is Connolly Coker, and the other seniors are Gracie Herring, Caroline Hoskin, Leighton Koenig, and Blakely Stovison. And they are being recognized right now on the field, and along with their parents out there. And what a good-looking crew that is as well. And what a special night it is. Of course, it's not their final performance here at Ned Mosley Stadium, but it's their final regular season game. And, of course, there'll be lots of activities for seniors all throughout the year, but nothing more special, Brent, than being recognized on the field where you've performed and played in your high school career.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and luckily for them, this is not their last game, you know.
Right.
Or, you know, or it would be a little more sad, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure than what it is, but you know, you get your parents out there, and you get you know, the cheerleaders there have some flowers, you know, that they've been given, and yeah, just a lot of years of hard work there, and boy, you know, we all appreciate that for sure.
No doubt about that. You're listening to the Southern Bancorp halftime show from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Southern Bancorp with flexible lending, customized accounts, and financial development services aimed at helping put you and your family on the path to economic opportunity. Southern Bancorp, they're wealth builders for everyone. I was in Southern Bancorp this afternoon. Would love to go in there. Friendly faces, always greet you with a smile and take care of you. Southern Bancorp here in Stuttgart is located on 620 East 22nd Street. And for our friends in DeWitt, located at 220 West Cross Street. May have some DeWitt Dragon fans listening to us tonight as DeWitt concluded their season last week with a big win over the Dumas Bobcats out of the Deshay County. And, of course, DeWitt Dragons going to the playoffs, Brent.
Yes, they are. Yeah. You know, I'm not sure. I think they're the 4 seed. I believe. I think it's
that is correct.
Warren, Star City, McGee, and then DeWitt and Crossett, I believe, out of that conference. But
I think that's right.
Yeah, and I'm not for sure who they'll play. I know I haven't looked that far ahead, but DeWitt with a very good season this year.
I think the DeWitt Dragons are going to play somebody from the Northwest, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I can find that here in just a couple minutes, for sure.
4th out of.
Let's see
here. Hey, we'll look that up and see, because again, we've probably got some DeWitt Dragon fans listening to us tonight. If you are, welcome to Ricebird football tonight here from Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Congratulations on a great season for the DeWitt Dragons. Their junior high, great season as well. And how about the Stuttgart Ricebird junior high season too, Brent?
Oh yeah, it concluded this past Tuesday night with the second win of the season over the Ball Knob Bulldogs.
Yeah, complete sweep over the Bulldogs in junior high action, and 7th grade as well. 7th graders capped off an undefeated season. Wow. And let me tell you what, you played 2 20-minute halves in 7th grade, and for you to put 38 points, 40 points a game on the board in 7th grade. Let me tell you what, that's getting the job done. That'd be
no doubt about
certainly a bright future here in Arkansas County with both DeWitt and Stuttgart strong junior high programs coming up through the ranks here as well. Speaking of good programs and some good games. There's a good one up on Highway 70 tonight, just a little north of us here.
Oh, there he is.
They call it the Highway 70 Smackdown. Talked to Cody Snyder, and they've developed a trophy for that now, which is very fitting. Anytime that you've got a Carlisle and Hazen matchup, you know, there's no love lost between those two.
Right.
And I do think it's a friendly rivalry. I'm not saying that that there's anything inappropriate goes on, but it's always a good one. And you got two undefeated teams hooking up tonight.
Two undefeated teams playing in Week 10. Now, you don't get that very often. And, two teams that are looking to do some damage in the playoffs, for sure.
And I think, of course, the Hazen Hornets, #1 ranked, really pretty well all season long in Class 2A.
Yep.
And unfortunately, my understanding was they were going into tonight's game without their starting quarterback for the first half. They had a little incident where I think he was unfortunately tossed from last week's game and had to sit out the first half of tonight's game. It started early as well, so we may try to get a round up a score on that as well. And if I've got some friends maybe that might be there, shoot me a text on a score on that. Would appreciate that as well. Big game there going up on Highway 70, northern part of the Grand Prairie area here. Hazen at Carlisle.
And talking about the DeWitt Dragons in the playoff, from what I'm seeing here, they will be playing the third team from the 1-4A, and that is Gravett. So it's going to be a long trip for the Dragons, but I tell you what, that is a game that the Dragons
can win.
Yeah, they can definitely win that game. But if they can shake off that bus lag, you know, and get out there and go, you know, they can win that game. Now, the winner of that game has to go to Harding Academy, so that might not work out so well. However, I mean, winning that first round game, and you know, then you get in the second round, and who knows?
That's exactly
who knows what can happen. But that's going to be a long trip for DeWitt. But I think that they can come away with the win there.
I do too, and good luck to the Dragons going forward as they start their playoff run here as well. Congratulations to that whole program there, both senior high and junior high, for great seasons here so far. We're at halftime here. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs by a score of 32-0. We'll take one more time out here on the Southern Bancorp halftime show. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second half kick. We're back with Stuttgart Ricebird football in 3 minutes.
You'll find all the waterfowl gear you need for success at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Right now, select Sitka on sale 20 to 40% off. Zinc Mallard Duck Decoys, $69.99 a dozen. Lucky Duck Super Swimmer HDI Mallard Drake Decoys with anchors, just $159.99. Winchester Expert High Velocity and Browning Wicked Wing 12-gauge 3-inch steel shot, both just $199.90 a case. Come see Max today for these deals and more, or shop online at maxpw.com. Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. The hunt begins here.
The main hub on South Main in Stuttgart is the place to go for nutritious meal replacement protein shakes and delicious energy teas, including favorites like the Ricebird Stomp, the Hub, and the Bobo. Teas to go to make at home are also available. The main hub has healthy protein waffles made to order and tasty donuts in classic flavors like banana nut bread, strawberry cheesecake, and everyone's favorite, chocolate chip. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 4:30, and Saturday, 10 to 2. The main hub, 324 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Call 870-456-2997 to order and follow the main hub on Facebook.
Baptist Health Medical Center Stuttgart is here to provide the care you need to keep you and your family growing strong. With services like cardiology, orthopedics, and women's health, we provide safe, expert care from the state's largest, most comprehensive health system. With advanced technology and an ER staffed by highly qualified and dedicated providers, we provide the rapid care you and your family can count on when it counts the most. Comprehensive services, knowledgeable caregivers, state-of-the-art technology, caring environment, Christian compassion. Baptist Health is here to provide amazing care. To learn more, visit baptist-health.com.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production in bushels. Contact your local Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart knows you have a demanding schedule and need to make the very most of your time. Sometimes a complex world demands a simple solution. Case in point, the new Power Star tractor from New Holland. With up to 100 PTO horsepower on tap, there's virtually no job a Power Star premium utility tractor can't handle. Mow, grade, bale, stack, load. Prairie Implement Company invites you to experience the greater ease provided by 64 to 117 horsepower engines, a spacious Vision View cab, and your choice of two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. For supreme convenience, New Holland's Command Art console in each Power Star tractor puts frequently used controls in one place, increasing your productivity. Work with greater power and utility in a new Power Star tractor. Stop by Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart today to learn more.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart as we get set for second half action as the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 32-0 here at the half. I want to thank everyone for listening to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Wealth Builders for Everyone. That's Southern Bancorp, located in our listening area in both Stuttgart and DeWitt.
Understand, Lynn, that it's 16-14 Carlisle at halftime in that Highway 70 showdown.
There you go. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds, Jack Hossman drills this one, lands in the end zone, touchback. Ball Knob will start the second half here at their own 20-yard line. Brent, thanks to our old buddy Will Hudgens there for some updates on those scores.
And just a quick update on the stats here, Lynn. We didn't get time to do that at half. But hey, 273 total yards for the Ricebirds. Ball Knob has 6 total yards.
And rushing for the Ricebirds.
That is 200 and let's watch this play.
Back to pass, fires across the middle, and it is incomplete out at the 35-yard line.
223 yards rushing at halftime for Stuttgart.
And leading rusher for the Ricebirds
is Deontay Clark, 17 carries, 104. A.J. Higgins has 73 yards. Cedric Calkins has 60.
Passing for the Ricebirds.
1 for 1, and that was the 36 yards pass to Chance Rabenet.
There you go. Thank you, Brent, for the stats there. And Ball Knob looking at second down 10.
Picked off. Yes.
Yes, it
Johnny
is.
Howard.
Oh, my. Wrestles the ball away from the receiver. Very reminiscent of the situation that we worked against the Ricebirds last week, Brent.
Yep. Johnny Howard jumped that little screen pass there, and then they both had it. Howard and the Bulldog receiver, but Howard won that battle, jerked it away from him, and then made his way into the end zone. So we are at 38-0 here.
Looking back, he does pick it off at the 15-yard line, wrestles it away at the 10, and he's into the end zone, and the Birds
we got a flag.
Are set to have the mercy rule enacted. Of course,
that's right.
We've got to have a penalty against the Ricebirds, of course.
Yes, we do. Yep. And it's going to back them up 5. Ricebirds are definitely just a little jumpy tonight. Several false starts tonight, at least, I don't know, maybe 8 or so tonight on the Ricebirds.
Hossman now with it teed up at the 15, makes it a 25-yard extra point, and it's up and it's good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds have evoked the sportsmanship rule, and the clock is running. 10:30 to go here in the third quarter. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Ricebird Sports. Producers is here for you year-round, providing the hometown service you desire. Producers supports community activities and is proud to be a part of the Grand Prairie. If you're enjoying this broadcast of Ricebird Sports, let our sponsors know, because without their support, this broadcast would not be possible. Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart, supporting the community and Ricebird Sports.
You're invited to the Get Happy Holiday Party, November 5th through November 12th at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop in downtown Stuttgart. Come in the week of the party to receive a limited edition holiday attachment with the purchase of a base. Plus, enjoy a 20% discount on your entire Happy Everything purchase. The Get Happy Holiday Party is November 5th through 12th at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop at 218 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. To shop the party by phone, call, text, or FaceTime us at 870-659-0777.
And we welcome you back to Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Ball Knob Bulldogs have just scored to cut the Ricebird lead 39-7 here with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball Knob kicks off, and it is going to be fielded at about the 28-yard line and running laterally across the field. Going to be brought down Matthew Luster back at about the 27-yard line. Tried to get the ball out toward the center of the field. Good pursuit by the special teams of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of fresh jerseys out there now for the Ricebirds with the clock running here midway through the third quarter, and the Ricebirds with the 39-7 lead. We're going to have Xavier Hobbs taking the snaps, and Kevon Conway is lined up in the backfield.
Birds have it first down and 10 at their own 27-yard line, and they're milking the play clock for every second.
No doubt about that.
Of course, the game clock's running continuously with the sportsmanship rule.
I'll try to get some numbers of the Ricebird line in there here in just a minute. Hand off to Conway.
Conway dances around, gets out across the 30, out to about the 32-yard line. Brent, about 4 yards, looks like, on first down.
And I see number 63, that's Sawyer Hillman in there. Looks like number 0, that's Jonathan Henderson in there for the Ricebirds.
Speaking of Sawyer Hillman, if I'm not mistaken, I saw where that young man has had perfect attendance through the first 9 weeks this year.
There you go.
I tell you what, really impressive. We talked about it last week. We talked about it on the coaches show about all of the Ricebirds, 39 of them on the honor roll.
Yep, fantastic.
Handoff, this time over the left side. Running room, first down on the carry, number 12, Kamarion Pickett. Move the sticks for the Ricebirds. He moves it out to the 38.5-yard line, and that's good for a fresh set of downs for the Ricebirds.
Good hard run by Kamarion Pickett, leaning. Once he gets that head of steam going, he is a load to bring down.
Ball's on the near hash mark here in the third quarter. The Ricebirds moving from the right to the left. For those of you listening on Country 97.3 FM, which is from the south to the north here at Mosley Stadium. Beautiful turf field here at Mosley Stadium. Bright green with maroon end zone, with Stuttgart spelled out in the north end zone, Ricebirds spelled out in the south end zone. Handoff, breaks a tackle at the line is Kevon Conway, and ends up with about, going to say about a yard and a half. We'll call it 2 yards on the play. Moves it out across the 40-yard line.
3:18 left here in the third quarter with the clock rolling.
Ricebirds in all maroon uniforms tonight.
We got Tremont White split out to the near side here.
There we go. And again, milking the play clock at 17, 16, 15. Ball Knob Bulldogs in royal blue pants, white jerseys, white helmets, a little royal blue trim. Their numbers are in royal blue. Handoff over the left side. Power running for the Ricebirds, now out across the 45. And Pickett on the carry. Kamarion, the 11th grader, moves it out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was only 5 yards, but boy, that was a hard-fought 5 yards as he just moved the pile for about 4 yards there.
Third down, 3.5, we'll call it. Got to get out across the 48, almost to the 49-yard line for a first down and a fresh set of downs. Play clock at 18, 17, 16. Ricebirds milking it all the way down. Game clock at 2:08. Moving continuously here in the third quarter. Calling for it. Handoff, Conway, left side. And he's going to be close to first down yardage.
It's going to be close. I think he might have it.
Nice collision here on the near sideline. Let's see where they set it down.
Yeah, number 20 for the Bulldogs on number 20 for the Ricebirds. A good hard hit. And
boy, that's a terrible spot.
That is
a terrible spot.
It's
going to be short of a first down by about half a yard.
Not a good spot.
Ricebirds look like they're going to go for it.
Yep.
Xavier Hobbs at quarterback, number 11. He's got, I believe, that's Pickett to his left.
Yes, it is. He's a bulldozer back there.
Is.
5'4", 195, and once he gets those legs churning, it's hard to bring him down.
Need a first down here. Fresh set of downs. Hands off.
Oh,
Pickett
he went the wrong way.
And they're going to trap him back behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. And Ball Knob is going to take over in Ricebird territory with 58 seconds to go. Clock moving. Ball Knob will have it.
You just needed about a half a yard there. You don't want to try to break it outside. Just try to bust it up in there.
Right up into the middle.
See what you can get. And
I sure thought he had it, though, on that third down play, though, Brent.
I thought he did, too.
We had an excellent view of it right here in front of our broadcast position. We don't always have a great view on the field of what's going on, but we did on that one. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Back to pass. Looking. Now being chased. Out of the pocket. He fires. He's got a man, but he under pressure and does not get it to him. Intended receiver was number 15, Garrett Swindle. And that should take us to the end of the third quarter. 9, 8, 7, 6, and that, let's see, I don't believe they're going to get it off. No, that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Got 1 quarter to go as the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 39-7. We're back with the fourth quarter action in 1 minute.
Prices are falling at Jimmy's in Stuttgart, Brinkley, Clarendon, and Helena, West Helena. Through November, get 15% off any metal building from Arkansas Carports and 10% off any on-the-lot or specially built buildings from Premier Portable Buildings. That's 15% off any Arkansas Carports metal building and 10% off any in-stock or special order Premier Portable Building. Call Jimmy Spears at 870-468-8236 before November 30th to take advantage of these offers. Jimmy's Premier Portable Buildings and Arkansas Carports in Stuttgart, Brinkley, Clarendon, and Helena, West Helena. That's 870-468-8236 and online at shedsofclarendon.com.
Time for an oil change? What about a new battery? Harry's Rapid Lube in Stuttgart has you covered. At Harry's Rapid Lube, they have GM Dexos certified oil, along with quality Pennzoil, and they can change your air filter and windshield wipers, and even replace your rundown battery with an interstate battery. You don't need an appointment. Just drive in. For quality service, for quality people, see Harry's Rapid Lube at 2208 South Timber in Stuttgart, or phone 672-7200. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And we welcome you back to Ricebird football as we start the fourth quarter of action. Ball Knob with the ball. 2nd down and 10 at the Ricebird 44-yard line. And the quarterback rolls to his right. Passes. It is complete. Down to the Stuttgart 38-yard line.
85 on the catch, and we don't have an 85.
Yeah, actually we do.
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
on page 3.
Mike Comer.
Okay, on page 3.
Yeah, we got 3 pages of rosters here for the Ball Knob Bulldogs.
That was a gain of 6 on 2nd down and 10.
3rd down and 4 coming up from the Stuttgart 38-yard line. Handoff into the line, and the pile is going to push far enough for a first down. Down to the Stuttgart 33-yard line. That's where Ball Knob will have it. 1st down and 10. As we're in the fourth quarter and the clock moving continuously with the sportsmanship rule, and the Ricebirds with a 39-7 lead over the Ball Knob Bulldogs. Ricebirds will be the number 2 seed out of the 2-4A conference, play host to the Crossett Eagles.
See number 25, Gary Shelton, checking into the game for the Ricebirds on that defensive line.
Number 24, Peyton Thompson, checking out. I did not see, but there was a penalty against the Ricebirds.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
And it's going to move the ball inside the Ricebird 30 down to the 33-yard line. Just over 10 minutes to go in this one. quarterback, number 9 for the Ball Knob Bulldogs, James Holder. Back to pass. Looking, airs it out long toward the end zone's got a man and broken up at the last second. What a play defensively. Because I got to tell you, Brent, that ball was right on the money.
It was. And I think that was number 20, Kevon Conway. They're covering up some ground there just to get a hand in there to knock it down. Otherwise, that would have been an easy touchdown for the Bulldogs. What a fantastic play by Conway.
Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. From the Ricebird 28-yard line. Holder back to pass. Looking, now he's going to fire it again, and this time it is incomplete. Receiver got his hands on it, Brent, but he was juggling it as he went out of bounds, and it's going to be incomplete. Receiver was, I think, number 20.
Number 20.
That is Eric Williams.
Yep. It bobbled and dropped right at about the 10-yard line. Another pretty good pass from Holder.
Very catchable. Another very catchable ball.
Sure was.
Third down and 10 now for the Bulldogs from the Ricebird 28-yard line. Oh, and they had the guy move on this side. No call. Fires across the middle, and it is
tipped and caught.
And then caught and touchdown for.
That's number 85 on the tip and catch. And I believe that was number 23, maybe Tremont White for the Ricebirds, knocking the ball away from the intended receiver, but unfortunately it went right to number 85, and he catches it and takes it into the end zone. So a lucky bounce there for the Bulldogs, and they get their second touchdown of the night here with 8:15 left in the game. 59 on for the PAT.
Oh, and it hits the left upright and comes away, no good. Number 58, as you mentioned, Brent, on the extra point attempt is Kevin Trejo. And it's no good, and the Ricebirds lead the Ball Knob Bulldogs 39-13 with about 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this one. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Ball Knob Bulldogs have just scored to cut the Ricebird lead to 39-13. And they kick off. It's going to be an end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded and dropped at the 23-yard line, then recovered by the Ricebirds. Gets it out across the 25. And on that was, I believe, Kevon Conway on the return for the Ricebirds.
Yes, it was. It was bobbled there, and then Kevon picked it up and got about 5 yards before he was brought down at the 27-yard line. 6:28 left in the fourth quarter. Ricebirds with the 39-13 lead.
And the Birds to the line. From their own 27-yard line. Taking all the time off of the play clock that they can. Shorten this game up. Of course, it really won't be any shorter. It'll just be fewer plays.
Yeah.
Because the game clock's going to continuously run.
Yeah, right.
Handoff into the line and just poking through for a gain of maybe a yard, I believe was Conway.
Yep, that was Conway. He gets about 1 yard. And then as I get the final there from Lone Oak, Lone Oak did end up losing that game. I think they cut it down to 1 point there late, but did end up losing to Nashville tonight.
Nashville quarterback is Sloan Perrin, who is the son of former Ricebird coach Vince Perrin. And friends with them on Facebook, and he's getting all sorts of offers from the GAC schools around and making his old papa proud, and I'm proud for him. Second down 9 for the Ricebirds. Handoff Conway hitting the backfield. Going to be dropped for a loss back at about the 25-yard line. May give him the 26. So it's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up now third down and 11 for the Ricebirds as the clock rolls under 5 minutes to go. And the old wind is shifting, Brent.
It is picking up, isn't it?
It is really blowing in the press box here.
It is.
Little information about the playoff picture for the Ricebirds next week. Of course, we've known since last night the Ricebirds are going to play host to the Crossett Eagles, but we're going to kind of revert back. The tickets are actually sold online, so there'll be no cash exchanged for tickets. You do it online just like we did back in the old COVID days.
That's right.
Xavier Hobbs just going to keep it over the right side, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It's going to bring up now fourth down and 11 for the Ricebirds from just outside their own 25-yard line, and it should be a punting situation for the Ricebirds. And I don't see the punter in there yet.
I don't either. No.
On fourth down
and 12, unless we're going to
try a little hard count and then run it all the way down and then
take a timeout, I guess.
I guess. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 on the play clock. And they're going to take the 5-yard penalty rather than use a timeout. And that will keep the clock running, which was a smart thing to do as opposed to calling timeout at that point. So take the 5-yard penalty, and they'll kick it. Jack Hossman is going to be kicking into a pretty strong cross breeze. He's going to be standing back at his own 10-yard line awaiting the snap. Back deep is Landon Gilmore, number 11 for Ball Knob, and he's standing at the Ball Knob 47. So with a fresh set of play clock seconds here to run off.
And it looked like the rain is still way out in the western part of the state. So it should be
give everybody a chance to get home then.
Yeah.
And a low line drive. You can tell the wind caught that. It hits at the 48, goes across midfield, across the 45, across the 40, rolls down to the 38-yard line. Great punt by Jack Hossman, one of the seniors honored tonight here on senior night here at Mosley Stadium.
So it was a low line drive kick, and it took a nice Ricebird bounce. 2:20 left here in the game, 39-13 lead, clock rolling. And this game will be over before 8 o'clock tonight.
It will be. And certainly hope we didn't miss any of our listeners or viewers tonight with the early start, but the early start was made to help avoid a nasty situation with weather coming in and high winds and so forth that makes it impossible to play. Handoff into the line, running room, breaks into the secondary, and he's off to the races. Kevon Conway is going to catch him at the Ricebird 35-yard line, but a nice gain into Ricebird territory.
Going to be about 30 yards on the carry. I didn't get the number, but there was a new back in there for them. They have a new quarterback in there as well. I think that was 26 on the carry. He's got 30 yards.
Barnett on the stop for the Ricebirds.
Colby Barnett on the stop.
Quarterback back to pass, looking. Now fires deep across the middle, and a little collision out there. But no contact with the intended receiver. But it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I think that was Carter Wheeler who stepped in front of the receiver, and had he turned around, he probably could have caught the ball.
I think you're right. Clock rolls under 1 minute to go here. Probably another play for the Ball Knob Bulldogs, maybe 2. Quarterback takes, going to keep it himself over the right side. Ricebirds ride him down inside the 30-yard line.
That was Carter Wheeler, I believe, that rode him down. Gain of about 5 on the play. And 27 seconds left here. Yeah, they will get one more playoff, maybe two if they hurry.
Quarterback to the line, 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Ball's on the far hash mark.
And that play clock winding down now.
Bulldogs take handoff into the line, and Ricebirds grab his jersey and start dragging him down. Colby Barnett's in on that stop as well.
It's a gain of 9, but with 4 seconds left, that's going to do it.
That's it. Stuttgart Ricebirds cap their regular season with an 8-2 record, and the Ricebirds will be the number 2 seed heading into the playoffs that begin right here at Ned Mosley Stadium next Friday night. Ricebirds win it over the Ball Knob Bulldogs by a final score of 39-13. We'll be back with the Blue Seal Petroleum postgame show. Brent will have our end of the game stats. We'll take a look at the scoring summary, and we'll take a look ahead to next week's first round matchup with the Crossett Eagles. We've got all that and more coming your way on the Blue Seal Petroleum postgame show. We'll get started on that in 3 minutes.